This was a tale of two teams on different trajectories, a story of relentless offense versus a defense that just couldn't find answers. Turkey didn't just win, they dismantled Greece with a display of offensive firepower that was simply overwhelming. The game started with a flurry of action as both teams looked to establish their rhythm. Turkey struck first with Semih Hazer getting to the basket off a high pick and roll for 2 points. Greece struggled to convert early, with Giannis Antetokounmpo missing a couple of attempts inside. Turkey capitalized on the other end, with Ercan Osmani hitting a three-pointer after a pick and pop, followed by a transition bucket from Cedi Osman to push the lead. Greece finally got on the board with a spot-up three from Tyler Dorsey. The quarter continued with both teams trading baskets. Osmani was a key factor for Turkey, hitting another three-pointer and cutting to the basket for an easy 2 points. Dorsey kept Greece in it with another three of his own. However, Turkey's offense continued to click, with Osmani hitting yet another three-pointer. Antetokounmpo answered with a transition score, and Kostas Papanikolaou also got a transition basket. But Turkey's balanced attack, including a leak-out finish by Hazer, kept them ahead. Late in the quarter, Shane Larkin converted 2 free throws, and Osmani hit another three-pointer. Greece got a late basket from Kostas Antetokounmpo cutting to the rim, and another from Panagiotis Kaliatsakis in transition. But Turkey closed the quarter strong, with Osman scoring in transition and Larkin hitting a mid-range jumper. The second quarter began with Greece trying to chip away at the lead. Alexandros Somodurov opened the scoring by converting a free throw. After a series of empty possessions for both teams, Panagiotis Kaliatsakis hit a three-pointer for Greece. Turkey responded with Alperen Şengün making a free throw. The pace picked up as Turkey forced several turnovers, leading to easy transition baskets for Semih Hazer and Şengün. Ercan Osmani continued his impressive performance with a cut to the basket for 2 points. Greece found some offense from Giannis Antetokounmpo, who scored on a post-up jumper, and Kaliatsakis, who made 2 free throws. However, Turkey's offense was relentless. Furkan Korkmaz scored an and-one driving to the basket, and Alperen Şengün finished a pick and roll. Cedi Osman then drained a three in transition, and Korkmaz added a putback basket. Greece tried to keep pace with a transition three from Tyler Dorsey, but Turkey kept scoring. Osman cut to the basket for 2, and Korkmaz drove to the rim for another score. A late three-pointer from Kostas Loukas gave Greece some life heading into the half. Turkey came out of halftime with the same offensive intensity. Shane Larkin followed with the transition layup. Greece answered with a three-pointer from Kostas Loukas. Şengün went back to work in the post, hitting a hook shot. Ercan Osmani continued to be a threat in transition, getting another easy basket. Giannis Antetokounmpo tried to will his team back with a mid-range jumper, but Turkey's offense was just too potent. Cedi Osman cut to the basket for a score, and after an offensive rebound, Antetokounmpo got a putback. Then, Larkin hit a three-pointer off a screen. Osmani added another basket with a cut to the hoop. Loukas tried to answer for Greece, driving to the basket for 2 and then scoring again on a pick and roll. But Larkin responded immediately with a layup off a screen. A transition basket from Kostas Antetokounmpo was followed by a cut to the basket by Şengün. Panagiotis Kaliatsakis scored for Greece on a cut, but Şengün converted 2 free throws. Loukas hit a deep three-pointer late in the quarter, and Alexandros Somodurov made 2 free throws to close out the third. Entering the final quarter, Turkey maintained their offensive pressure. After a couple of missed free throws by Alperen Şengün, Greece's Giannis Antetokounmpo got an and-one on a putback but missed the free throw. Ercan Osmani immediately answered with a spot-up three-pointer for Turkey. Kostas Loukas then scored on an offensive rebound for Greece. Cedi Osman got a transition basket, and Kostanis Mitalogu hit a mid-range jumper for Greece. Shane Larkin drove to the basket for 2, and Antetokounmpo responded with a drive of his own. The scoring continued back and forth, with Osman hitting a three-pointer. Then Osmani hit another 3 for Turkey. Thanasis Antetokounmpo got a layup for Greece, but Onural Bitim made a free throw and then a three-pointer for Turkey. Gianniulis Larenskis hit a 3 for Greece. Panagiotis Kaliatsakis scored in transition for Greece, and Thanasis Antetokounmpo added another transition bucket. Bidim then made another free throw for Turkey to seal a dominant performance. Turkey's 94-68 victory was a masterclass in balanced offense, as they capitalized on every Greek turnover and showcased their depth with contributions from across the roster. While Greece relied on the individual brilliance of stars like Giannis Antetokounmpo, they were simply overwhelmed by a more versatile and relentless Turkish squad that controlled the game from start to finish. Subscribe to Player Game Performance for more post-game breakdowns.